Okay, well, I accidentally ended the first video. But I wanted to basically make this for myself. Like, so in the future, I could look on this or look back on it. And why I'm doing this is because I'm on the precipice of achieving a new level of success, right? And I've already achieved a great deal of success. Now, I'm 23 now, and I started essentially my entrepreneurship journey officially when I was 17. And having Real Love go viral and What's Love be incredibly successful, it's been somewhat of a paradigm shift into a new reality. And as I was speaking to myself, I was thinking, like, it's like I was just working at fucking Qdoba, bro. Like, and it felt like a need, like a necessity, because I couldn't see, or people around me, just it wasn't clear where the future was leading to, even though I always knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I was destined to do. It just wasn't as clear. Like, you couldn't imagine the possibilities of what's next. I mean, I've had, other jobs too. And it's not like, oh, I was stuck working there or anything. Like, I only worked there for like 4 months. But like, it was really like 3, because on the 4th month is when I quit. And it was just because of the lack of respect. And people God just showing me that's not where I was supposed to be, and people were making it very apparent. And essentially, what I was thinking to myself is, I'm at such a crossroad, for a lack of better words. I've completely switched from, like, and this is what you could say is, oh, the Matrix, in one perspective of it, because I was completely, like, in the 9-to-5 rat race, and now I'm just like a successful artist, and people see me as an artist and someone that can create amazing and beautiful music that people can enjoy and accept and appreciate, and that makes me feel happy, because that's always how I wanted the perception of me to be, to some degree. So understanding that, it's kind of crazy. And it's like I'm having a self-realization type of moment, a real halo moment here, where I'm like, I really did that. Like, I check back, like, dude, I started going viral in January. I checked back. It's August now. I checked my Spotify 7-day, like, streams 7 days after your song release or whatever, my album release. 10,000 streams, almost 11,000 streams in the first week. I didn't even know that. And I dropped What's Love in January. It's August now. 7-8 months later, bro. That's crazy. Like, and I just realized it, like, because I was looking at Wouldn't Believe Me, the album I just recently dropped, July 30th, and I was looking at the first week stats, and I was like, oh, these are pretty good. Like, they're better than my other previous albums, so I just dropped this year. And then I was like, let me check What's Love, because I never checked it. And I was like, whoa, that's what success. Like, I was like, whoa, what? Like, what? Compared to, like, Wouldn't Believe Me did, like, 407 streams in the first week. And I was like, wow, that's successful. And, it's like the perspective. Are you seeing what I'm explaining? Like, it's a mind blower, bro. And I go back, I check What's Love, and it did 10,000 in fucking 7 days. And, you know what I'm saying? That's just crazy, bro. That's just madness. But yeah, it's really the perception and like the general appreciation of it. And what I'm explaining is it just feels like I'm at a very interesting point in my life, and I'm really just letting it sink in because I was thinking to myself, like, okay, it's no longer quantity. Of course, I love making music and I want to make plenty of songs, billions of songs, timeless music, forever. But I'm thinking to myself, like, I want to sit down and make every song the best song. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I really, really want to do now. Like, I don't feel any urgency to rush out another album, to drop another tape. And who knows, if it might come over me to, like, drop something. But, like, it's like, obviously I have a vision, but there's no, oh, I gotta drop another album this month. I gotta drop another album soon. Like, no, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like I gotta sit down. I gotta create the best thing that I can create, that I can appreciate and other people can enjoy. And that's where I feel like I'm at, because that is where I'm at. And I feel like I really had a similar mental construct formulated when I was sitting down crafting What's Love. And it was very interesting to think about that. I thought that was very beautiful. So I'm like, wow. Like, and that's kind of what, like, led to success of it. And I could really appreciate Real Love. Like, I really appreciate that song. Like, love that song. Every time it comes on, I know every lyric. I love it. Like, there's just an essence of something that I need to encapsulate and put in my music. That's what I'm working on. And I'm really thankful for everything. To be able to appreciate this moment where I'm kind of, I don't like to say the in between because it doesn't exist, but I'm kind of in between where I once was and where I want to go. And that's where I'm at right now. So it's very interesting. It's a real transitional phase for me. And it feels very uplifting and feels amazing. Like I said, I've been resting a lot. But I mean, I wasn't before. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's been a lot of phases this year. Like, when I initially went viral, I was like, it wasn't like, oh, I just quit my job. No, like, I was being genuinely disrespected and disregarded, like, as a person. Like, no one cared about me. And it did not feel good to work. And I was being accused of things that I didn't do, like stealing money. And I was like, what? I'm a manager, and you guys pay me, well, you guys could pay me more, but, like, that's another thing. Like, they didn't respect my degree. Like, I had a culinary degree, and I worked at Qdoba, right? They didn't want to pay me more. They didn't care. Like, they tried to treat me like everyone else. Like, it just wasn't the case. Like, that's why I didn't respect. They wanted to, like, treat me like everyone else, and I was overqualified and more qualified. Like, I knew more. I knew how to do more. I was capable of doing more. Like, and I'm a natural born leader. So it was just like, they didn't even want to figure that out. They didn't care about who I was as a person. They just cared about what they told me to do and how well I could do what they told me to do, whether it was right or wrong. And it was just like, sometimes you don't even know what you're telling me to do, and I know better than you, and you're not trying to listen to me. And it's just like, if we listen to each other, then we could work better. But it's like, they didn't want to understand that. They didn't want to hear that. So it's just like, they just want to perceive you a certain type of way and project their perception of you onto you. It's not fair. Because then those type of people always want you to prove something to them, because they want you to prove to you what they think of you. That's not cool. I'm gonna be honest. That's not cool. And that's just how I felt about it. And I'm glad I'm in the position I am in now. And I'm just trying to explain to you how it's been feeling. Like, that's what I was saying. When I first left my job, it was because this was like the final straw. I was trying to, like, get off of work because that was my scheduled time to go home. And I was already a manager, right? But I had a manager, of course. And she was like trying to tell me like, no, I needed to stay longer. And it was like, I know we were understaffed, and we're always understaffed. It was like, I've done a lot. Like, I used to work in there alone. Like, seriously. Like, you know what I'm saying? When we were really deeply understaffed, I didn't get any cookies, cupcakes, no bonus, nothing for that. No pat on my back, not even a thanks. They were just like, James, you've been like a superhero. Oh, yeah, thanks. Thanks, guys. Right. And they don't even pay me overtime. Like, even if I did work overtime, they weren't paying me for it. So it was like, it was terrible. And I had to work overtime a lot because we were understaffed. It's very unfair. And this day in particular, like, she was basically trying to get me to stay later. And I was like, I got things to do. And you already know I have a life outside of work. Like, music. And it was like, she didn't care about that. She was worried about what she was going through and how she felt. And I'm like, you're just disregarding, like, my thoughts and feelings, like, my being. And you want me to genuinely care about your being. And guys, like, there's a lot of context to the story. Like, I genuinely told her I cared about her and I wanted to help her, like, get to where she wanted to go. Like, she didn't want to see me get to where I wanted to go, you know? Anyways, if she did, she would have actually, like, talked to me and cared for me as a person and, like, worked with me. Even with my schedule, I was scheduled the worst and craziest hours. Like, anytime they needed me, it was like, what about me? I told you this isn't my life. Like, it's not even trying to work with me. It was kind of messed up. But anyways, like, so it was like 2 o'clock. I was supposed to get off, and she was like, no, you can't get off at 2. I need you to do all this. And I had already helped her. Like, so for me and I stayed a little bit later already. I stayed till like 2:17. Like I said, I don't get paid overtime, so I wasn't staying any later. Like, it just feels degrading to know you're not going to get paid for the work. And it was a lot of work. And at the end of the day, what ended up happening was I walked out. Like, she wanted to talk about something that happened a couple days before, like a weekend before, and it had nothing to do with me. And she wanted me to explain myself for it. And I was just like, what? You know, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I've done this enough, and there's just more for me in life. And I mean, there's a lot more to this story, to be honest. But long story short, I just wanted to explain, like, how when I left my job, it wasn't like, oh yeah, I left to lounge. Like, I was inspired. Like, after I saw the success of my album, I had quit my job in February. And I dropped the album January 9th, and it was instantly successful. Like I said, the first 7 days did over 10,000. I didn't even know. And that was just Spotify. And I was like, you know, I'm going to pursue what I want to do. And I honestly wanted to perform somewhere because I thought it would be good for promotion. I could have a video, all that. The girl named Selena, like, wouldn't switch days with me, like, or wouldn't, like, swap the morning shift with me so I didn't have to work at night and I could go to my performance. She just wouldn't do it. Like, said she wanted to do something with her friend. And I've never asked off. That was my only day off. Everyone else had off. I've never had a day off. Like, I've never called out or even asked for an adjustment in my schedule, for real. And I told them I never wanted to be booked for Sundays. They scheduled me for endless Sundays. Like, it was messed up. So it just felt messed up. Like, she wouldn't switch that day with me, and it was just like I missed that performance. I felt like I missed an opportunity to, like, show myself. And I mean, I feel like anything lost is like, it's really nothing lost. It's something gained in the future. So you never really lose anything. But that's just how I felt in the moment. And I was just like, I feel like work is holding me back. You know, I felt like, and it wasn't even a feeling, it was a reality. I knew it. Like, I was stuck at my job, and my job was an hour away from where I was at. And I had to, like, wait on rides because I don't have a car. And it wasn't good. You know, like, and I had that 2 days in a row where I had to, like, run in the cold. And I worked on the military base, and it was just terrible. Like, terrible. I just had to get out of there. And that's what I did. And I, like, just locked in on creating music and, like, just taking care of myself and my body, because work took a lot out of me, like, genuinely. And, like, it wasn't even like the work was a lot. It was the lack of accountability, like the lack of structure, the lack of direction, intention, like that created just a chaotic structure, and like just put my body through endless stress, to say the least. Like, and that's what I had to rest from. And at a certain point, I started releasing music, and I was going pretty crazy. But, like, I wasn't releasing, like, a lot of new music. Like, music I really sat down and intentionally created. I didn't really do that. Golden Age, until Golden Age, kind of, but there's a lot of music on there. A lot of songs I created years ago was on there. Like, this is a crazy album, to be honest. Like, I just wanted it to be a compilation of something great, because that's what the Golden Age is, essentially. And yeah, and then Keep the Lights On, I felt like I sat down, really put the work in for that. But I kind of forced it because I wanted it to drop at the end of June, or I think it dropped in the middle or something. But I just wanted it to drop in June, and because May I had taken a break. And then, I really appreciate Real Rockstar's Bleed Red too, okay, because that was a rock album. Shout out my boy Light. And man, I mean, I felt really good making that album. It was real, like, transcendental, to say the least. Very beautiful album. Like, really good vibes for me. I love that album. And Wouldn't Believe Me, I really sat down, worked on that. But, like, also I forced it out because it had to come out on July 30th. It had to be 22 songs. And I felt like it was kind of rushed a little bit, but still was great. But now, I really want to sit down and create my next project to be the greatest thing that it can truly be. And that's where we're heading now, or next. So, yeah, and I feel really good about it. And I'm really thankful for everybody and everyone that supports me. I love you guys all. I love God so much. And we're all in this together. And I'm very thankful you guys have been supporting me. Some of you guys have been supporting me for years. I greatly appreciate you. And some people are new. So, welcome. So, you know what I'm saying, to the Wonder to Click. And I'm glad you're here. Be a part of the family. And that's another thing, like, I've been adjusting to. Like, I'm really famous. Like, yeah, I was known before, and I was used to being popular to a certain degree, but now I'm really famous. Okay, and of course I've been preparing for this, but it's just something you have to really let sink in. Like, these numbers are people. They're not just numbers on the screen. Like, these are real people in real life. So I'm just really thankful for you guys taking the time out of your day to invest in me in any way, shape, or form. Anything that's given will always be received. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's given will be received back. It was just the law of karma. Karma? Kindness always comes back around. So, thank you guys. I love you so much. Have a wonderful day.